Lake Erie. EA Sports has the coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. On 1st down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down
at the 20-yard line.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier. One thing that offensive guys stress when they throw the deep ball, you're just counting on your receiver to find it, adjust before the defensive back can get his head around. In this case, though, the DB matched it move for move and knocked it away.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Bengals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give them 17 at a Cincinnati 1st down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
The pass.
7 yards, the pickup there.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. Still fighting. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals are going to take a first quarter lead.
For the point after.
And he's got it to make it 7-0 Bengals.
Makes the score Bengals 7, Browns nothing. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Again, it's Burrow on 2nd and 10. His throw incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mike Gesicki, and it's 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Now Burrow. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Now here's Ross. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
And the Bengals 1st down.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Corey Liggett makes the stop.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side, and he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this 1st quarter. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for?
What's that? Who
are the freshest guys coming after the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go with them early and often.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
And the Bengals 1st down.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Rookie quarterback, rookie running back. They team up there to pick up the 1st. They'll look to run with Freeman. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals. Devontae Freeman. His 1st touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 1st quarter lead.
14. Browns nothing.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Fielded in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
It's a gain of 9.
Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion.
At the 26-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Let's go. Hey, we got
from the shotgun, Joe Burrow. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. The 30. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2 brings up
Now Burrow to throw on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. And I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Browns, nothing.
And to give this time to the tailback. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down. There are times on carries like that where he looks a little bit older than his rookie status.
How many times have we talked when we've gone out to dinner about how precocious these youngsters are that come into the NFL now? They play at a higher level at a younger age. The stars aren't quite in their eyes as much as they used to be, huh?
Now throwing on 1st down and completing it. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be met at about the 43. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
A gain of 2.
Now that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. They've got a pretty comfortable lead right now, but maybe a little too careless with the football that time for the rookie.
I think the key word there is comfortable. And there's 2 schools of thought on it. With that type of a lead, maybe you can take a few more chances because you have a cushion. Others will tell you, don't eat up the cushion with careless play. He'll learn to ride that line as he moves on in his career.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to bring it up 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And in enemy territory last time through the interception. We'll see what they do on this drive.
Can't wait to see how it alters what they decide to do in play calling. Do they continue to throw the ball? Do they want to lean more on the running game? It'll be an interesting sequence of plays that they've got coming up.
Does it often affect the play calling with the interception? How much does that change what you do?
I think it does depending on why the interception was thrown. Sometimes it's just a matter of the defense made a great play, so you continue to come back. But if it's on you, if the offense just doesn't have the confidence, if they're a little bit shaky, maybe try and take the pressure off and run the ball a little bit.
It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
It's a gain of 10. And the Bengals 1st down.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll find Jones again. Complete. And he gets it down to the 32.
Complete to Zay Jones.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball in the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 7 yards there and a first down.
He was taken
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Bengals, they widen their lead. And it is now 21-0.
Is good. Makes the score Bengals 21, Browns nothing. Robbie Gould set to kick off.
After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drop.
And now Burrow going to be intercepted yet again. Picked off at about the 31. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ballgame.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
At the 41-yard line.
They'll drop to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4. Now the former Oklahoma Sooner Tress Way on to punt the football. Back deep for Cleveland, Taylor Gabriel. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come.
It got his man complete. Robert Woods. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Robert Woods. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Browns get a score closer. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Aaron Colvin there to make the tackle.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, as the first half is winding down, and the Bengals are able to grow their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And he returns this to the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. No chance.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. All day,
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for Taylor Gabriel. It's now 4th down.
Well, the white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50. You ain't doing that.
The final second ticks by, and that's going to do it for the first half of play. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Set to kick off.
The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. Oh, he shifts past him. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
19-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave him great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. William Jackson with a pick. That one is going to sting. First play of the 3rd quarter and a turnover.
And you have to know that at halftime, they spent a lot of time going through their checklist of what they wanted to accomplish to start this 3rd quarter. Turning it over like this was not on that list.
Not at all. And you come out of the locker room trailing, so that first drive to establish momentum is very key.
Crucial.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The throw over the middle taken in. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
First down, Cincinnati.
From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he'll only get a yard, maybe two, up to the 46.
Brought down by Adrian.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 39.
A gain of 14.
And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
19 yards there on the catch and run. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
Another carry.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. And I don't see why that trend would change now. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Those INTs all sting when you throw one in the red zone. I think especially as a rookie, maybe it stings a little bit more.
I think what you're saying is they don't all count the same, do they? Right? Interceptions in the red zone that you've given up points now, those are precious. So you have to learn from those and in a hurry.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
A yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
And to give this time to the tailback. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Well, they certainly haven't been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Here's Burrow. And that will be incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line.
He was
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9. At the 16.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And for the Browns, a nickel set here on 3rd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bengals add on to their lead. And, Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, an even better run for big yardage.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Now it's Burrow. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Eli Apple. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Well, based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Bengals use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Lining up for the point after.
But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you've got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is...
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to maneuver in for the sack. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football and not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
And that is incomplete. The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Ross on the return. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
It's 2nd and inches at the 43-yard line.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he stopped immediately there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming.
On the play, and it's 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Here's Tressway now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Out of the gun, it's Burrow. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
They'll throw again from their own end zone. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Burrow on 3rd down. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 40. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Bengals on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, they can probably live with that with this late lead in the 4th quarter. That's one of the few things that's gone wrong.
You're exactly right. This one was well in hand. That kick there was more for cosmetics, you know, to add to their score. Not getting it, that shouldn't harm them at all.
And he'll take this one up close to about the 45.
Number 22.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
Now it's Burrow. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Derek Barnett able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it. Yeah.
See what I did there?
He needs better protection, that's for sure. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give.
Number 22.
They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off with great anticipation. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
He's brought
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down here at the 28.
32 on the carry.
Back-to-back 4-yard runs. Now look, if they just do that all the way downfield, ball ends up in the end zone, but that's a little difficult to do.
Yeah, I think now 3rd and 2, that defense ready to stiffen up and stop that run. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.